Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having a wonderful day out there. For me, it is the day after Christmas, but for you, probably a few days after. But I hope that you had a good Christmas. I hope that you had a great holiday out there, and maybe the holiday is still going, depending on what you're doing. So today we're going to jump into a full album reaction. We're going to listen to the album Fever In, Fever Out, the second studio album by the band Luscious Jackson. I've never heard of Luscious Jackson, but I love the name. Released in 1996. We are listening to this because it was suggested and sponsored by Larry. Larry, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for the over-the-top support as well. I really, really appreciate that. I'm kind of curious to get into this one. I love when I get to listen to a band that I've not even heard of. You know, there's a lot of bands I've heard of, but I've never listened to anything from them. But there's, I wouldn't say fewer, but there's also another percentage of bands that I've just literally never heard of. And this is going to be one of them. The band had also been suggested, I see, by Heather Aaron and Richard Furness as well. So thank you guys there. Like I said, never heard of them, but we're going to dive in, see what they're about. The album cover is it's giving me a little bit of like almost a shoegazy punk kind of vibe. Like if I had to take a stab at it, if I had to guess, I'm guessing kind of like a punk shoegaze kind of sound, but I could be completely wrong as well. And there is only one way to find out. I just got back in as well a little bit ago. Had to take my car for a repair, so I woke up early, like at 5:30. Worked out at 6. Took my car to the repair shop at 7. Walked back home. Got back home around 7. Right now it's 8:13. 7:30ish. Hung out with the baby. Hung out with the wife. Now I'm gonna record, and then after go back, hang out with the baby, hang out with the wife, and just do the thing. So that's it. Let's go ahead and dive on into it. Of course, if you'd like, you can sponsor song requests and album requests, just like Larry did here over in the Buy Me a Coffee, which is boop, boop, right there, Patreon for exclusive content, and et cetera, et cetera. Without further ado, let us go ahead and listen to the album. Let's start off with the first track, as most would do, and that's going to be Naked Eye. And of course, this sip of water filtered is to you.
Things off to clear my head, to say the things I haven't said. Live inside the elements, the earth and sky are my best friends. Water is the evidence that washes me from end to end. With my naked eye, I saw the falling rain coming down on me. With my naked eye, I saw, if I said it all, I could see. It's not a choice I tried to make, it's not a fight I couldn't take. Something told me it was time to give you yours and leave me mine. My vision started to be clear. I watched the sunlight coming near. A new day, I knew the night. I knew I could regain my sight. Okay. And it feels alright. And it feels alright. With my naked eye, I saw
love that
some stones. I asked if we could be alone. I had some troubles of my own. Knew I had to say goodbye to all the old things held inside. If I let the moment fly, I knew they'd all be magnified. And it feels
some cool sounds back there.
And it feels alright. Came around after dark. You are nothing but a Looking like an arc, I knew I had to leave my mark. Wanted to be satisfied, I tried to be dignified. Wherein nothing is divine, make it is a state of mind.
This almost
Feels alright.
this has like a down tempo kind of sound to it as well.
And it feels alright. With my naked eye, I saw the falling rain coming down on me. With my naked eye, I saw if I said it all, I could see. With my naked eye, I saw the falling rain coming down on me. With my naked eye, I saw if I said it all, I could see.
I love the extra percussion happening back there too.
With my naked eye, I saw the falling rain coming down on me. With my naked eye, I saw.
That's catchy.
If I said it all, I could see. It feels alright. It feels alright. It feels alright.
Okay, this was like a cool mix of kind of like a laid back kind of alt rock sound, but with a very down tempo soul, like not towards a trip hop sound. No, not towards that. But it's definitely looking towards a down tempo kind of sound with the drum pattern, very hip, like very just cool, laid back. The vocals are laid back and languid and just kind of chill, just relaxed, but still kind of rapping things off at a rapid pace, but in almost like a beat poetry kind of way, which I think is really cool. Obviously, this album came out first, 1996, as compared to what I'm going to say. But sound-wise, because of my modern comparisons, it's given me a little bit of like a wet leg kind of sound. But I really like the 90s aspects in here, and definitely because of that down-tempo sound, but also because of the way that the lead singer sings. Some of those melodies are very much of a 90s kind of R&B side to a very minute but noticeable to my ears extent. Lead vocals going to be handled by Joe Cundiff here, who's also handling guitar and in this case as well bass. And I really like the way that she just coolly raps off this poetry, just coolly raps off her lyrics, her mind, what she's feeling, what she's thinking, amongst this really nice chill beat that just kind of hangs back there. Drums by Kate Schellenbach in there. And I like these little bits of extra percussion that is so quiet and subtle in the back. I mean, you can barely hear that. I know that Kate's handling the drums, and I'm just looking to see who's handling perhaps some of those other sounds back there. So you guys can see what I'm looking at here. I'm looking like track 1. You have Tully Mangren on Mellotron, Daniel Lanois. Okay, Daniel's everywhere. Not on this track, but he's in the album. I see like there are bongos played and timpanis, but not necessarily on this track. It seems drum fills, so maybe that is Tony as well, and some programming there. So maybe that is Tony on this particular track here. But either way, like it's so quiet. Like to my ears, I would have liked those bongos or those extra percussion just pulled up a little bit more in the mix because it's so quiet. But at the same time, like it is a cool little pleasurable rhythm that comes in. There's a little like synth or keyboard sound that kind of flies its way in. That very briefly. Vivian Trimble handling keyboards here, and it's so light. Once again, those elements are sparse and light and subtle, but they definitely make this a more noticeable listen alongside with the lead vocals and the drums and this just the chill atmosphere and laid back groove of everything. But this was a cool opening track for the album. Let's go ahead and dive into these lyrics here. Wearing nothing is divine. Naked is a state of mind. I take things off to clear my head, to say the things I haven't said. Live inside the elements. The earth, the sky are my best friends. Water is the evidence that washes me from end to end. So naked eye, naked purity, naked being vulnerable, opening yourself up. And of course, this could be literal, wearing nothing is divine. It could be a literal physical sense. But it also could just be a mental, a spiritual, metaphysical sense of, a symbolic sense of taking off the things that cover us, adorn us, maybe hide our true selves, and being naked to the elements. Of course, it also was just talking about my naked eye, the name of the song. With my naked eye, I saw the falling rain coming down on me. With my naked eye, I saw it all. If I said it all, I could see. It's not a choice I tried to make. It's not a thought I couldn't take. Something told me it was time to give you yours and leave me mine. So her naked eye is now open to... Perhaps she was, in a sense, lying to herself, and now her eyes are open to see the truth and realize that maybe she needs to move on, as she says. My vision started to clear. I watched the sunlight coming near. I knew the day, I knew the night. I knew I could regain my sight. She could regain her senses, her perspective, and it feels all right. Last night, I came into your home to break some ice and throw some stones in a house of cards. I asked if we could be alone. I had some troubles of my own. Knew I had to say goodbye to all the old things held inside. If I let the moment fly, I knew they'd all be magnified. Like, she knew if she just let the moment go and didn't do what she needed to do, then the problems would just increase and multiply. Came around after dark. You are nothing but a lark. Now, no, I snuck in like a narc. I knew I had to leave my mark. Wanted to be satisfied. I tried to be dignified. Where nothing is divine, naked is a state of mind. And the lyrics repeat from there. So that's what it seems like. She's exposed herself, her naked eye before it was covered. Maybe she was blinding herself or not looking at what she needed to look at in this particular relationship. But now that she's come to her senses and her eye is naked, she can see the truth and realize that she needs to make a move. Says that the song peaked at number 18 on the U.S. Billboard Modern Rock charts and 36 on the Hot 100. As of 2025, it is the band's only top 40 hit in the UK, reaching number 25 on the UK singles charts. Jill explained that the song is about being emotionally naked or honest. That's a good word. Rather than naked as in without clothing. So there you go. And a music video there to round things out. And here is your chart information. Australia 64, of course, as we mentioned, US 18, and so on and so forth. Let's move on into the next track here, which, let me get back here to the track listing, is going to be Don't Look Back. See, like there's a strong down-tempo sound to this, even jazzy. Okay. We have kind of moved into trip hop basically at this point. I love that note change. That bass line. Yeah, with the strings coming in. Oh, that's mean. It almost has a Portishead kind of sound. Almost. Okay, that moves into the next track. Okay. I mentioned the down-tempo feel of those drums in the first track, but now if Don't Look Back, we are clearly veering off the highway of down-tempo, and we are possibly putting our GPS into trip-hop now. Don't Look Back with those jazzy melodies, that cool, crisp guitar riff. Ba, 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 ba. Just calmly cool. It's a little summer with a little chill in the air, a little sun drip down on you. Okay, and then the chord change when the bass comes in, and I mean, that's a deep trip-hop kind of bass. And those strings, absolutely. It's really kind of hitting almost a Portishead kind of sound here. And if we continue in the direction of these two tracks and forward, obviously, we are going to be in for something really cool. So this particular track, I'm looking at the personnel list, just so you guys know. That's what I was referred to. Is apparently sung by Gabrielle Glaser, who's also handling guitar on this particular track and the drum programming. And just like, she is just at the top of her game in this subtle, whispery, almost just kind of chilled like delivery, which I really enjoy. Of course, the trip-hop-esque beats and melodies when the bass drops in, it's always a good time. I love how the music changes around that. So it's not just changing one element of the music. It's not just changing that guitar chord and just adding in the bass, but it's really switching the mood of the song. I don't know why I elongated when I said mood of it all. But it makes it so, in a sense, sonically deep and massive while still playing to space and sensibility. I think that is really cool. Vivian Trimble handling those keyboard strings, not Mellotron on this track, but just those keyboard strings. And this is a cool surprise. This is a cool surprise with this track. How it just, like I said, the first one had that down-tempo spirit, but this one is kind of really moving, really moving. Don't look back, don't look ahead. If it comes naturally, that's the way it ought to be. If it feels brand new, just let it go. It's up to you. Don't look back, don't look ahead. Stay with me now, and it'll be all right. Don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future. Stay right here with me in this moment. And when the time is right, don't let it slip on by. Don't let those opportunities or those moments pass by without any sort of acknowledgement or action. He was on the verge of knowing her deeper soul. Something held him back, and he could not let it go. Times like this don't come just every day. Seize the moment and don't look away. Once again, when it comes, grab it. He's falling. Don't look back. Don't look back. That's a really, really good track. And I'm so curious now, especially to see how this album goes, because we've already gotten two not completely different, but pretty different tracks and tones and sounds. And I'm really curious to see where the rest of this album goes and what they do. So I lit the next track, which was just a 6-second track with the door coming, which was literally just a door opening. So I'm just going to play it again so it leads into Mood Swing. I didn't know if it was going to be something that continued off of Don't Look Back or was the intro to Mood Swing. Seems like it was more of an intro.
You come and get me when I'm all alone on the corner, just skin and bones, fever in and fever out. You're the swinger who brings me doubt. A lover boy, where you coming from? Down there, out back, always on the run. Cool, cruel, deep blues. You're the shine on my shoes.
There's a jazziness to this.
Is it in the damp heat inside of me, or is it in the fire that we collide? I feed you mood swing, but you're never satisfied. Is it in the damp heat inside of me, or is it in the fire that we collide? I feed you mood swing, but you're never satisfied. Mood swing, I can't let you win. You bring me up, you bring me down. A mood swing, I can't give in to your subtle wiles and your endless smiles. You love me now, but you'll hate me soon.
This is an album I could just put on.
Dark moon, smiling faces always turn away. You're the kind that likes to play. Your fun and games take me up and down with the skill of a circus clown. You see through my truth. I give it up 'cause it's up to you. You stare me down, how you scare me, but my eyes are open wide, and I will rise to fight you. My delight won't be denied. Mood swing, I can't let you win. You bring me up, you bring me down. Mood swing, I can't give in to your subtle wiles and your endless smiles.
Oh, tap that right. This is really good.
Mood swing, I can't let you win. You bring me up, you bring me down. Mood swing, I can't give in to your subtle wiles and your endless smiles.
What a cool band this is. We are in, Larry. Great recommendation so far. Unless this album takes a left turn, so far this is an album I could just put on. Anyone could just put on during the day on a cool cruise while you're driving, cleaning the house, sitting here and just relaxing or doing some work. This is an album. I'm speaking way early, but so far this is an album that fits all cases. Case closed. I mean, Mood Swing has a deep jazzy swing to it. And I like how they lift melodies and chords and scales from jazz and they bring it into something very catchy and contemporary and they make it fit a certain mold, right? The keys, I'm assuming it's keys, or it could, of course, be vibraphone or something, but I'm sure it's just one of them playing keys, kind of emulating those sounds that make the main melody, the bum, 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 bum. Like, they just are so glassy and crystal clear and cool. I'm just looking through the personnel list to see, like, what it could be on here. As I'm looking, I'm not seeing exactly. I'm just going to assume they're keyboards playing that because I don't see any sort of vibraphones, xylophone, anything like that on here. But just how cool is that sound? It is just so rich, and it has a little bit of like a luxuriousness to it. It's just loungy, and the way that who's singing on this track? On this track, it's going to be track three. Man, sometimes Wikipedia does not help me out on who's doing what, but whoever's singing on this track, I'm guessing Gabrielle Glazer again. It doesn't say she is, but I'm guessing, just because of the coolness of the voice. But the delivery is just like almost a lounge singer, but almost like a much more laid back lounge singer, just like very chill. I love the swing of it. Of course, it's titled Mood Swing. It does have a certain swing when the rhythm and everything kicks up a little bit. That is that swing that comes in, and it comes in hard, hitting the ride, shelling back, grooving out in a really cool way. And even shelling back strumming, at least so far, you can tell is jazz inspired while not strictly. Did a light just pop out or something? Did you guys see a change? There was like a light change. Power's still on, right? Recording? Okay. There was what was I saying? Her drumming is jazz inspired without strictly being straight jazz, you know? But maybe as we go on, maybe we'll get some of that. But we're getting a little bit of everything here. This is so far a really cool album. I know we're not far whatsoever. We're not even a quarter of the way through. Are we a quarter? About almost. But so far I'm impressed. You come and get me when I'm all alone on the corner, just skin and bones, fever in and fever out. You're the swinger who brings me doubt. Lover boy, where you coming from? Down there out back, always on the run. Cool, deep blues. You're the shine on my shoes. Is it in the damp heat inside of me, or is it in the fire that we collide? I feed you mood swing, but you're never satisfied. Is it in the damp heat inside me, or is it okay? Mood swing, I can't let you win. You bring me up, you bring me down. Mood swing, I can't give in to your subtle wiles and your endless miles. Can't give in to it. Got to control your emotions and not let the emotions control you. You love me now, but you'll hate me soon in the light of the dark moon. Smiling faces always turn away. You're the kind that likes to play. Your fun and games take me up and down with the skill of a circus clown. You see through my truth. I give it up 'cause it's up to you. You stare me down, how you scare me, but my eyes are open wide. Once again, naked eyes, and I will rise to fight you. My delight won't be denied. It goes on from there. So it could be, I take this in two ways. Could be, of course, literal, her kind of personifying her emotional mood swings, of course, or it could be specifically, as she mentions, about a certain someone, lover boy, right? Could be a little bit of A and a little bit of B. But let's go ahead and move on to C, which is going to be Under Your Skin.
I'm getting in under your skin.
Swirling in there. That's so squirmy. There you go. Synth work is doing some work here now. Absolutely.
it ain't too far for you to come and you wanna get to know someone, it might be sweet feeling this heat. Lie down in the fire with me. I burn everything frequently. If it don't feel good when you first get in, wait till it gets under your skin. Lie down underneath the breeze. Can't cool down when you're down with me. If it don't feel good when you first get in, wait till it gets under your skin.
Put it back into a lo-fi kind of hit here.
Lie down in the fire with me. I burn everything frequently. If it don't feel good when you first get in, wait till it gets under your skin.
Just give it a little bit. Man, I love how the synth and the keyboards take more of a frontal kind of load on this particular track, with the way that they squirm and squeeze their ways in, kind of in this pitchy, synthy, cosmic-y kind of way. Wow, it just feels like they're stretching out and warping around here. And like I said, amongst the very languid and laid back delivery and the chill drums and everything, it sounds so good and so tonally pleasing to listen to. The way that they, like I said, the way they squirm, pitch up and pitch down. It's like the synths are alive and sustained in here, not just coming in as some sort of sprinklet on top of the music and just to add another element or another melody or something, but it actually sounds like it's a part of the music. And once again, that's going to be Vivian Trimble on the keyboards and handling those aspects of the music here. I love the break near the end of the track where it kind of changes into something a little bit lo-fi, especially with the way not only production wise that everything kind of breaks away, but also the guitar and the way that riff is inserted there. It's a very cool kind of lo-fi reference there on the back half of the track that is unexpected, because every other time that it came into that particular moment or that repeated motif, it would become more full. That time it was a little bit more unexpected as it backed off, backed down, kind of emptied itself out and gave us a little bit of static, a little bit of sonic distortion a little bit there, which is a really, really nice change. And like I said, unexpected, instead of just doing the usual and doing something in a good way, predictable, because that's what a chorus or something repeated is meant to be. But it's just a nice way of kind of, getting under your skin and making it a little bit different, a little bit more exciting in a different way. And of course, the singing is wonderful. Like, everything is just really cool so far in this album, and this track is nonetheless nothing different on here. I'm getting in under your skin. I got the hungry eye of a northern spy. I watch your smile, my words they float. In and out of the light, I try to make sense, but it's still a fight. We got a smoky past where minutes last. It took so long to leave so fast. It may not be sweet feeling this heat. Lie down in the fire with me. I burn everything frequently. If it don't feel good when you first get in, wait till it gets under your skin. Give it a little bit. It'll acclimate. Lie down underneath the breeze. Can't cool down when you're down with me. If it don't feel good when you first get in, wait till it gets under your skin. Can I tell you? I'm thinking about the track is could be possibly about two things. One is drugs. The other?
Oh my. Oh my.
Some deeds done wrong won't scare me long. I've done a few, maybe one or two. If you want to know all my original sins, ask the virgin. She knows where I've been. I love that line. If it ain't too far for you to come, then you want to get to know someone. It might be sweet feeling this heat. And of course, that chorus does repeat. Sometimes I Dr. Seuss things. Let's move on to the next track, which is going to be Electric. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Wait, here we go. Why did it skip ahead? Hold on, I got you.
What do you feel when you look into my eyes, baby? Does it come to you as a surprise? I don't care what other people say, just as long as I'm here with you. Won't you come closer? 'Cause I can't seem to find a way to go now. Electric.
Man, the band has such great movement.
When we're together, so electric. Feeling like this. All the times we stayed up all through the night, laughing and dancing till the sun come out. Then later, when we're lying together, even our stomachs, they're speaking to each other. Oh, I kiss the ground, I run
Singing
my
there.
fingers through the earth. Yes, it feels so good to be alive.
Really cool bass line.
When we're together, so electric. Feeling like this.
And Fripp, get in here. Love that backwards guitar. Are you kidding me?
Kiss the ground, run my fingers through the earth. Like a child, yes, I love grows so bigger every day. I kiss the ground, run my fingers through the earth. Yes, it feels so good to be alive. Electric. When we're together, so electric. Feeling like this. Electric. When we're together, so electric. Feeling like this.
We're not really halfway through. We're just hitting the halfway mark. That could be one of my favorite tracks. I got to listen to this whole thing again. Okay, Electric. Man, first of all, starting off this very, very cool bass line. Bum, 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 bum. Just bubbly. Like, it just is, ooh, just a nice bubbly bottle of champagne in that bass line. And it's just really cool how that adjusts itself throughout the track, changing along with all the changes. Because the track is 3 minutes and 10 seconds, but I feel, at least on the first listen, there's a lot of different changes that are happening. You also have a male singing in here. You got Daryl Johnson handling backing vocals. And in looking at his Wikipedia page, he's known for working with the Neville Brothers and Bob Dylan, and working a lot with Mr. Lanois as well. So obviously very experienced here. And I like how, I mean, it adds just a certain depth into the music, a certain deeper resonance, just as the way as, you know, typically a female voice will add a higher resonance. And I like that contrast here in the music, and it works really well with what they've established. Like I said, that bass line. And once again, those synths, the very subtle, very, very, very subtle, kind of returning to the previous tracks with the percussion in the background is back in there as well. But there's a lot of cool little changes that are happening in this track. So let me just pull it back up here. Right? Bubbly bass line, like we said. That once it gets to the chorus, sings out a little bit more. I love that. That bass line. The singing, right? Everything kind of becomes a little bit more electrified. Even the vocals are pushed up volume-wise and production-wise there. But even as it moves off of that, you got that extra guitar chord inserted after the... Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. We get a backwards guitar solo in here that's kind of, it's giving me a little bit of Fripp. I can't help but think that it kind of puts me in that same mindset. in this particular track. And let's see, is that going to be one of the main band members handling that? Yeah, it's going to be Gabrielle handling that as well. And I think that that's so cool because it adds a brief moment of experimentation into the music. And like, it's been fantastic listening to this album so far, but just that little moment, that little section kind of adds a new diversity and something new to look forward to and expect, because it is unexpected the way that comes in. And I just think that was such a pleasing to the ear moment. And the way they come out of that, another different tone. There's almost something, like the way the music drops out and it's just their vocals and drums. Like there's almost something, what's the word I'm thinking of? Anthemic, perhaps. There's something very anthemic and kind of hip hop about the way that they drop out the rest of the music and just have that anthemic, harmonies with all the rest of the vocalists and singers coming in, and the way they call out that particular section amongst the still cool, mainline vocal. There's just something very cool about that I really enjoyed. There's a way I'm trying to describe it, but I can't think of how I want to describe that. So you'll just have to make do with what I give you. What do you feel when you look into my eyes, baby? Does it come to you as a surprise? I don't care what other people say, just as long as I'm here with you. Won't you come closer, because I can't seem to find a way to go now. Electric when we're together, so electric feeling like this. It's pretty straightforward, this one. All the times we stayed up all through the night, laughing and dancing till the sun come out. Then later when we're lying together, even our stomachs, they're speaking to each other. I kiss the ground, I run my fingers through the earth. Feels so good to be alive. And of course, those lyrics there repeat. So listen, when we're together, it's just electric. Everything is just in the right place in the world. Let's move on to the next track, which is Take a Ride. Actually, the longest track on the album, clocking in at just a little above 6 minutes. Let's see what they do with it. I like the way the guitar has sprung out of that. Bass line hitting continuous now.
Shame when I'm in the game.
kind of psychedelic now with the guitar and the synth mixing in the back. Take a ride. God, I love the way the drums, bass, everything comes up, but now that guitar's, it's hitting a little bit more of a psychedelic kind of notes. They're cooking. There's something almost Beatles-esque kind of to this as well. With the longest track on the album, 6 minutes and 40 seconds or so, I'm always curious with the longest track, with that duration, what is the band going to do? And are they going to make good use of the time? Did they set out to make a longer track? Did the mood of the music when they're recording just end up being that way? You never know. For 6 minutes and so, Take a Ride, the band takes us on a ride. And I love how downright psychedelic the band gets in here with its mixture of guitars and the effects on the guitars, the keys and the effects on the keys and the synths, the way everything kind of melds together and warps around each other in this cool, ever-fluorescent kind of way. It kind of reminds me, if I'm being honest, of a lava lamp and just watching the colors move and they swirl around. There's something, deeply psychedelic about it. But in some ways, I was trying to think of like another band that it kind of reminds me of that kind of sound and the way that they're experimenting. And I don't know exactly why. For some reason, it was making me think of the more atmospheric elements of like Hawkwind a little bit. Of course, completely different genres and such. But the way that they really did take you on a ride here was absolutely wonderful. The vocals are much more centered and lowered down. And just, not in the speaking way of the first track exactly, in that kind of poetic speaking manner. But here, just something a little bit more pleasurably numb. Pleasurably numb is a great way to describe the vocal delivery, how they mix in with the music, and how everything just kind of floats all in one together. And yet, of course, you can hear all the separate elements, little bits of organ sneaking in here. I love the way that the drums have a great sensitivity towards the music here. Schellenbach really playing, like I said, with a great touch to the music. Finger on the pulse of the melodies and obviously the rhythm of drums, but the melodies and the volume and, playing with moments that are maybe a little bit more intense, bringing in more of the snare or kind of, just feathering it or hitting the side and such. But the way that she felt that sensitivity in the drumming portion of things, I think is kind of, I don't know if I can say underrated because I don't know what other people think about this, but underrated. Just a really, really nice little mellow, laid-back track. Stay low, arrows, echoes of heroes. Follow their go, borrow halos. Climb high, you might die, or stick around to see the sights. Take this, drink that, things will start to look right. Get lost in the cost of living in the deep frost. Take a ride from this life. Can you feel it when it's in the night? I take it in with the morning light. Every day underneath the sky, sing along with the lullaby. Can you feel it when we step outside and the sun standing in the tide? It's a shame when I'm in the game, I forget about why I came. You lost your reason, your purpose. Hush, hush, can I stop the rush? I'm stuck in the crush. Take a ride from this life. Live slow, die old. Take it all in. Kind of like the previous track, taking in the moment and not rushing through, not trying to, the line here, it's a shame when I'm in the game, I forget why I came. Working so hard to get into the game, whatever that game may represent, of course, in your own personal life, you work so hard to get into the game that you forget why you enter the game in the first place. You forget to, for lack of a better word, smell the roses on the way. You forgot to take the time and enjoy the journey as you were rushing towards the destination. And this track, the way it's slowed down, a little druggy, a little hazy, is patient in the way that it just allows us to enjoy this moment and enjoy this particular ride, the ride of life. It didn't say take a destination. Not that that would make sense, but it's take a ride. Look out the window. Open it. Smell outside. You might surprise yourself. Let's hit the next track here, which is Water Your Garden, which is actually a great reminder for me because I got to fertilize those bougainvilleas. Not now. Not leaving. That's the Mellotron.
Tired of the rain, my love. I'm tired of the waiting. If you watch the sky with your eyes, you'll see the line I walk. I'm not afraid, that's what I say. Here and now, can you be brave enough to risk it all, no matter what? Water your garden when you descend. Flowers can never grow in the snow.
I like that, taking the time to water the garden there. Open that hi-hat, let some air get in there. At the very end, huh? That was really interesting. Okay, so the music, especially at the very end, right? It's kind of hitting like a Hindustani Eastern kind of a sound there with like the sitar-esque sounds and the backwards guitar still coming in now more in full. It happened before in the track, but now at that point, really mixing into the music quite deliberately alongside of sounds like just regular guitar. And then they even have a mantra here at the very end, which I don't know what it means, but we have a mantra of a sort. And now it's making me kind of think about this a little deeper. The track Water Your Garden, the Eastern melodies that kind of flow in, and maybe it's like something of a proverb or something like that, you know? It has more of a spiritual meaning and a depth in that delivery in that particular way, which I think works really well. I love that outro, and man, I wish that outro went on a little longer, was maybe a full song in that regard, because the way that they pulled that off was just so brilliant and was so exciting to listen to when that change happened in there. I love what they were doing before in this track. I really love how when they got to the chorus of Watering Your Garden, the music emptied out. And it was almost like a brief space of meditation. It had a little bit of piano, it sounds like, on the side. But it was really just a brief focus and realignment and centering as the music was done away with. And then, of course, it would pop back in with that wonderful, I'm going to say it, trip-hop-esque bass and drum groove. But it was that outro was really cool. And like I said, we heard that backwards sound return again in here. But like I said, fully envelop itself at the very end. This outro, and the Mellotron, of course, is featured here quite heavily. This is heavenly. Right there. That little pocket, I mean, it may be an actual sitar. I didn't notice it here in the list of personnel and instruments, but I still don't notice it. So I'm just thinking it's going to be one of the guitars just with a sound effect or some sort of tone like it. But the way that it's used there and the way that all the music comes together there is really, really well done. Like I said, the rest of the track is wonderful. You know, hitting this, you know, hit the pavement with a nice step kind of walk, has that upbeat kind of sound here in a sense. But then when it moves into the water section, it opens up, clears itself out, and kind of renews itself. But man, that ending was really, really good. I'd love to hear a like, man, if this track went on longer and that was developed even further, I would have loved that. It's doing the best thing it can, right? Making the audience, myself, want more. Tired of the rain, my love, I'm tired of the waiting. If you watch the sky with your eyes, you will see the line I walk. I'm not afraid, that's what I say. Here and now, can you be brave enough to risk it all no matter what? Who will water your garden when you descend? Flowers can never grow in the snow. When you descend, I'm imagining, in a sense, if I'm thinking literally, descend 6 feet under when you die. Who will water your garden? Who will take care of things for you? We all want a crowd by our side, yelling loud, telling us we should be proud of what we've done. But it takes guts to give it up. one-on-one. And if you run, when you are young, when you are old, you'll remember when you had the chance to have it all. I wonder if there's any translation for these lyrics. Let me type in a Hindi to English translation. And it may not be Hindi for all I know. I'm getting nothing when I do the translation. So maybe I can just try typing in the actual, let me see if I type that into Google, maybe to give me something. So I don't know how true it is because, honestly, I don't know with AI and such, but to AI, it says it's the famous ninth verse from Adi Shankaracharya's Baha Govindam, a powerful spiritual poem outlining the path to liberation, Jivan Mukti. Through good company, satsang, comes non-attachment, nisangatvam, and from non-attachment comes freedom from delusion, nirmohatvam. From freedom from delusion comes the immutable reality. I like how it continues on. And by abiding in that reality, one achieves liberation while living. Which does work with the lyrics, and freeing yourself. So maybe this is accurate then. Maybe this actually does work in that regard. I like that. I like the message in there. Water your garden. And also, it's like how this is a personal mantra. I have a personal saying that I always think of in my head: spread seeds, not ashes. It can mean whatever you want it to mean, but planting seeds, putting in good, instead of putting in bad or something that you'll regret later. It's a personal thing. You can take it. Soothe yourself. I'm trying to get Liam. We're trying to get Liam to start soothing himself, so we don't have to sit there and pat him and all these things. He's working on it. It's almost Santana-esque. That funky guitar chop, chop, chop.
I've been soother and I've been wife. Tried to solve your life. Stuck with you through your rainy days. Thought that it was just a phase. When the sun came out, I tried to get away and fly, but the needs we had did not subside. We'll wait for our love to die.
Really great breakaway there. Oh, those keys are bliss. Those keys are bliss. And the funky way this is building up. Really, really impressive.
Now think about my own advice. If I could soothe myself, it might be nice. Calling names ain't the same no more. Took a look and locked that door. Memories and cold hard facts. Watched it all come rushing back. All the times I told you what to do. All the times I thought I knew.
a cool sound. Little ending bit of drama there. So Soothe Yourself is definitely keyboard, synth, and just glory here. I think the Mellotron is also in this track here, but I love when it shifts into that Soothe Yourself chorus and the music changes. The drums, of course, change tempo and become more up-tempo, and like everything just kind of blossoms and grows there. I love Liam here. I love how the melodies just float, and that's when everyone on the keyboards, from Vivian Trimble, of course, on this track. You're also going to have, let's see, the Mellotron. Yes, I do see it here. You have Alex Young, who is handling, as it says, DJ Wales. That's what it says here. Obviously, some bongos there. It really opens up into something incredibly beautiful at that section, with the layers of keys and Mellotron, and the way that it approaches that section. It's like it just wonderfully opens up and the pedals just spread, and is something really beautiful and blissful to listen to. And I think that that's really cool because the music itself at that point doesn't slow down. It actually speeds up, courtesy of Kate, with the drums. And like I said, becomes more up-tempo at that portion. But the vocals soothe themselves, as that, of course, is repeated in the track. But I just think that's really cool how many layers upon layers, how the keys sequence on top of each other and provide this very peaceful and melodious section there. And then the ending was kind of interesting, what happened there. But like the way it opens up into it. See here. Hold on. You got this straight funky groove here, right? But the way it pops into the chorus. Here. Vocals lead it, and then keys begin to take over here. Like, you hear how subtly they kind of build here in the back, and it's just like a very powerful and still soft kind of climax there every time it comes around into that particular section. It's just really, really enjoyable there. I've been soother and I've been wife. Tried to solve your life, stuck with you through your rainy days. Thought that it was just a phase. When the sun came out, I tried to get away and fly, but the needs we had did not subside. What a way for our love to die. I've been hiding my gifts. I give until it starts to rip. The skin is torn where I began. The thread is worn. I might give in. Underneath it all, I feel the eyes of all the things that I despise. Can I fight them off with sticks and stones? Can I fight them off alone? Like, it's time. I've been, as she says, I've been soother and I've been wife. Trying to solve your life. I've been the one trying to help you, comfort you, be there, be the rock for you, the strength for you. But it's time that you need to soothe yourself. You need to calm yourself down. You need to be there for yourself, and perhaps in a way, attain maturity and grow up. Because now she needs to think about herself and her personal health. Now I'm thinking about my own advice. If I could soothe myself, see, it would be nice. Call the names ain't the same no more. Take a look and lock that door. Memories and cold hard facts. Watch it all come rushing back. All the times I told you what to do. All the times I thought I knew. She gave the medicine. She gave a lot of herself out. But now it's time that she actually takes care of herself and soothes herself in a sense. Why do I lie? Why? There's always a really interesting sound happening, or approach.
I would love to be better. I would love to be free. I would love to be perfect. And you look at me, but instead I'm still crying. Yes, instead I'm still lying. Sad to say I'm still trying not to be me. When I see all the weakness that I turned into sickness, I still think I can slide just fine on the ice. It's not easy to be honest. Sometimes I'm just astonished how hard it can be to be true. Why do I lie? Is it just to get by? If I give give up my lines, will I die?
You need it.
Fortunes are favored, then I am in labor, and I'm trying so hard to leave lying behind.
Love those rules behind her. Almost a watery sound behind her.
I don't want to be hazy. I don't think that I'm crazy. But I've had some moments where I am not sure. And if you can forgive me for just being human, then I will try harder to keep my words pure. I could be on the border. It could be a disorder. Honestly, I think that I can complete all of my stories. Might even be boring if I can tell you what they all mean. Why do I lie? Is it just to get by? If I give up my lines, will I die? If fortunes are favored, then I am in labor, and I'm trying so hard to leave lying behind.
I like how below, or behind rather, this very honest song, because I love the way that she writes and she says, you know, I would love to do this. I wish I was this. I'm still trying to do this. Like, I like this kind of openness, this vulnerability, this nakedness that they're showing here lyrically. It really is a nice message, especially at this point. Like, it's always been, you know, very honest, but this one shows, I think, an extra layer of openness, kind of like an onion going just a little bit deeper. And beneath the guitar riff, which is the main heart of this track, almost acting like an acoustic song, but not. I like how there's this constant swirl of watery sounds that I can only attribute to keyboards, in that they sound kind of like some sort of modified string arrangement of sorts. I would imagine that's just the keyboards acting as the strings, but no Mellotron on this track. But there's this constant swirl of that happening in the back, almost like something simmering beneath the surface, almost like something thought or felt beneath the surface, felt beneath this honesty. And I think that that works really well in kind of bearing herself here lyrically, and like showing that there's something deeper and something beneath that she's trying to pull out of this particular well, something watery she's trying to pull out, reaching deep into her heart. I'm not going to try and emulate them, but the ooh, I guess I am doing it. Ooh, harmony behind the backing vocals there is also a nice kind of uplifting gust to lift the wings of this particular track. And I see here that backing vocals are actually provided for this track, and I guess the previous one and the next one are actually going to be provided by Emmylou Harris, which is really cool to have her on this track as some of those backing vocals. So, like I said, that is that extra upstream wind to lift the wings in this track and make it hopeful, you know? And even the honest question of why do I lie? Trying to have a little self-examination. I would love to be better. I would love to be free. I would love to be perfect when you look at me. But instead, I'm still crying. Yes, instead, I'm still lying. Sad to say, I'm still trying not to be me. When I see all the weakness that I turn into sickness, I still think I can slide on just fine on the ice. It's not easy to be honest. Sometimes I'm just astonished how hard it can be to be true. And these are very personal, these lyrics here, you know? And I love the lines, when I see all the weakness that I turned into sickness. I think it seems to be an admission that, maybe she didn't always make the best decisions. And she admits it's not easy to be honest, but she's trying to be true. Why do I lie? Is it just to get by? If I give up my lines, will I die? Are my lies me? If fortunes are favored, then I am in labor and I'm trying so hard to leave lying behind. I don't want to be hazy. I don't think I'm crazy, but I've had some moments where I'm not sure. And if you can forgive me for just being human, then I will try harder to keep my words pure. I could be on the border. It could be a disorder. Honestly, I think that I can come clean. All my stories might even be boring if I can tell you what they all mean. The stories may be boring, but at least they're honest and at least they're your stories, not embellished, not overplayed or over dramatized just for entertainment or to impress someone. Just be you. And listen, that's the best you can be. Next track here is going to be One Thing, which Parade is an 11-second track. Afterwards, depending on how it goes, we may let it just lead into it or not. We'll see how it, if it's an outro or an intro. They're getting funky at this point, huh?
Something wrong's going on today. People with nothing getting thrown away. Too much blood spilled by diseased minds. Filled with fear, yeah, they're all filled with fear. So many broken faces everywhere I look. Killing off spirits, people hold the power. Lights in their eyes have been turned off for so long.
Along with the guitar riff that is very tonally sharp, that synth that just cuts through. Really
nice. Everybody's trying to make a dollar. Made Marvin scream, made him wanna holler. This ain't living, it's just surviving. Don't you know? This ain't living, it's just surviving. One thing I know for sure is that something just ain't right. One thing I know for sure is that something just ain't right. That man with no home was once a baby. Little baby, that lady with no home can't remember how she got there.
Like all those backing vocals acted like that lady, perhaps, huh?
You can't understand, try harder to comprehend. Feelings of guilt keep pouring down. Deny, it'll eat you up inside.
I was about to let it just go. Okay, one thing in this track, it kind of reminds me in a sense of like a... Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of like older 70s soul artists and bands in a sense that were singing like not protest songs, but something along those lines or about civil rights. Like it's kind of reminding me of, oh my God, I see his face, Marvin Gaye. It like not music, not like it's reminding me of that in the way like the percussion's used, the rhythm of everything. The lyrics seems like it's, you know, a little bit more politically motivated in a sense, or a little bit more like, you know, speaking out against things or about things. And I feel like it's hitting that same kind of spirit. Yes, the genres are completely different, but just the way that it's played, and like I said, the percussion itself and the way rhythmically it moves and the delivery here is kind of giving me those same kind of feelings, maybe in a sense, kind of like a spiritual successor, in a certain sense, carrying that torch, proverbially, carrying that message and such, in a way. And I think that that's really what, even now I'm looking at the lyrics like I'm actually paying attention to it. I don't know, but it even says made Marvin scream. I could be completely wrong, but I can't help but think about it, that this might be some sort of reference musically, and perhaps an homage in a sense to Marvin Gaye and the way he spoke out about things and such. But I don't know. Part of me is like, I'm diving too deep, but the other part of me is like, I don't think so. Because come on, you can't tell me musically this doesn't, I was trying to play it again, that it doesn't kind of hit a similar sound. The way the guitar and that synth cut through, and they really do cut through the music, is like the new. That's like the updated. But the way rhythmically the drums and that percussion are acting and moving, that kind of acts like the soul and that reference to the soul of the time, the 60s and 70s. Like, that's just what I'm kind of feeling through this one. But it still plays in that very cool, up-tempo kind of way, especially like I said, with the way the guitar and the synth cut through the music is really cool. A nice melody, a nice sharp stab up there to kind of balance the poetic but outspoken cadence. I think so. I'm sticking with that theory. I'm sticking with it. Something is wrong. Something wrong is going on today. People with nothing getting thrown away. Too much blood spilled by diseased minds, filled with fear. Yeah, they're all filled with fear. So many broken faces everywhere I look. Killing of spirits, people hold the power. Lights in their eyes have been turned off for so long. Everybody's trying to make a dollar, made Marvin scream, made him want to holler. This ain't living, it's just surviving. Don't you know this ain't living, it's just surviving. I'm really, really leaning towards the Marvin Gaye thing. One thing I know for sure is that something just ain't right. And then here, that man with no home was once a baby, a little baby. That lady with no home can't remember how she got there. Like, I like how, you might look at a random person on the street or a random person, but think like they were once a baby, that lady with no home, These are people, not just faces. These are people. And I like how at that line here in this verse, you have those backing vocals, I believe, by Emmylou once again, kind of singing back there, kind of, to me, acting as this lady. So afraid of what you can't understand, try harder to comprehend. Feelings of guilt keep pouring down. Deny, it will eat you up inside. You can only cover your eyes and avoid the truth for so long. Let us move on into the next track. We heard the beginning of Parade. We're just going to let that play again. It's only 11 seconds. And we'll let that lead into Faith. And that was a good entrance. You heard the beginning of that. It's coming. There you go. DJ Scratches. Steps.
If you're blue, don't let it worry you. We'll make it through.
It's a very smoky song, and that guitar riff is kind of dark.
If you don't believe me, faith will come.
They're playing production-wise now with the panning, huh?
Cynics may fill the books.
I love that sustained little glassy note in the back. All right, this song is heavy in a lot of ways. The beginning from the very entrance of it, like it's very in that down tempo trip hop kind of heavy. You even got the DJ scratches that come in here, so like it's heavy in that vibe section. But then as it moves into the back half, and she kind of has that moment of outcry, and then the music changes, the drum fill comes in, and it gives it like an extra heaviness, weightiness to the music at that point that just kind of pulls it all down in a really, really satisfying way. And even her singing becomes a little bit more, I would say, poignant and pointed as well, and direct. There's just a certain, a held back bite behind the way that she's singing on the back half specifically of this track. And then you have all these little bits of electronic and accoutrement that are happening here. You know, these glassy, synthy notes that are kind of held and suspended in the air. The wah, 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 that buzzy distortion that kind of hits different sides of the panning production-wise. It seems like they're, like, you know how we've been listening to Low recently on the channel? It's like little bits of that electronic kind of sound sneaking its way into the music in a really cool way. It's like the cracks are happening in the music, and in those cracks are little bits of electronic filling that come through. It's like, what's that Japanese art of, like with a cracked pot or something, you put in the gold. It's something seki. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head before I Google it, but I can't remember what it's called. Japanese art of gold in broken pottery. Something seki. Okay, well, I'm off. It's called kintsugi. I was way off. But yeah, like when it's broken, like you fill it with gold inside in those cracks. So, you know, like it's beauty within the imperfections, right? And I feel like, not that the song isn't perfect, but I feel like the bowl itself here is like the song, the guitar riff, the heaviness, the bass, like that backing, that foundation. But then these little electronic veins are kind of coming into the cracks of the music in a really cool way. I should have kept you actually here. I just saw the lyrics. But I think that is really, really lovely and kind of an interesting listen at this point in the album. I cry for the love in your eyes. I tried to let you be free. If you're blue, don't let it worry you. You'll make it through. And if you don't believe me, faith will come humbly down. Fear will come tumbling down. And when that comes tumbling, man, the music just comes down with it. Cynics may fill the books. Critics may give you looks. But I'll stand by you till you die. And I'll be wise in the afterlife. Faith will come humbly down. Faith will come tumbling down. I cry for the love in your eyes. I try to let you be free. Like, have faith. It'll come down one way or another. It may come easy. It may come hard. It may like come humbly down, like, oh, that was easy. Or listen, it might come with pain, tumbling down in a rough way. But one way or another, have faith. Let's move on to the next track, the final track of the album, which is Stardust. And I ain't talking Nat King Cole.
Telling you all about coming from dust. Cashed it in to buy a few locks I knew wouldn't rust. If I lock you up, will the edges fade? Will you understand how simple I am? I can walk for many miles thinking that I'll never comprehend pleasure is done.
I like the hitting of that.
Don't I wanna know it all? Why don't I wanna know it all? And when the measure is done, somehow I already know it all.
They're hitting that trip hop, man.
Answers never satisfy. I wear them out as soon as they come.
Those little bits of keys and piano just add so much texture.
I lie in between the sides. I'm happy when the fighting is done. So I'll read the news and I'll get the blues and I'll make it matter for a minute or two. And when the pleasure is done,
I like how the drums
I
are like washed out with the guitar and the crash.
And when the measure is done, somehow I already know it all.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Fever in, hot going in, fever out. Now you feel good after it. Luscious Jackson. Okay, so Stardust feels like a great conclusive track to the album because it gives you a little bit of everything. It gives you that trip hop kind of down tempo feel, especially with some of the emptiness, the big bass, and the space that's left for the music and for the vocals. But then you also have a little bit of that rock sound that comes in, especially when it moves into that chorus. It almost seems like the production hits more of that lo-fi kind of sound as the drums are kind of pulled back a little bit. The crashes are pushed forward so that there's a little bit more of like a almost distortion kind of there, alongside with the guitar especially. And then like that just creates this really nice kind of hazy feeling, but a strong, powerful push at that particular moment. That really sounds really cool. And that contrast between the two, between that's, very clean and more modern production with the verse, and of course with the more rough and textured lo-fi production on the chorus, it works really well in this particular track. And the singing, I feel like, is especially emotional. It feels conclusive. It feels like we've reached an end of this ride that we've taken, pun highly intended. And like everything in here is all the elements that I think we've come to love throughout this album are here in full in this particular track. Here, like this is very lo-fi, but listen how it cleans itself. Watch, it's coming. Just give it a second. There. See how everything just cleans itself and polishes it up right there? I think that that's a really cool kind of contrast in the music that works really, really well. Let's go ahead and look at these lyrics here, huh? One day I was telling you all about coming from dust. Cashed it I to buy a few locks I knew wouldn't rust. If I lock you up, will the edges fade? Will you understand how simple I am? I can walk for many miles thinking that I'll never comprehend. I can't argue worth a damn because I know my questions never end. If I walk away, will the phrases play, or will they all become one under the sun? And when the pleasure is done, why don't I want to know it all? It's like she's gotten what she wants, so her questions end. And when the measuring's done, somehow I already know it all. Measure once, cut twice. Answers never satisfy. I wear them out as soon as they come. I lie in between the sides. I'm happy when the fighting is done. So I'll read the news and I'll get the blues and I'll make it matter for a minute or two. Like always moving on to the next thing. Nothing quite sticks. Nothing stays. When she gets an answer, she's satisfied. She moves on. That's it. When the pleasure is done, why don't I want to know it all? Why does that lust for more go away once satisfied. Because you're satisfied. Looking at this album, peaking at number 72, as we mentioned in the Billboard 200, as well as 55 in UK. As of 2025 years ago, it sold more than 500,000 copies. And here, of course, you have some reception. We had already gone over the chart information for some of the tracks, but here you have it here as well. New Zealand 39, Australia in 62. Favorite tracks on the album? So can I tell you, I really just want to listen to this album again in full, just straight on through. I'll add it onto my list of albums to like re-listen to in the next week or so, because I do that a lot. Not with every album I cover, but with a lot of them, I'll listen to it again on my own just to get it under my skin. If I had to say right away, my favorite tracks, which by the way, this whole album was really, really fantastic and I enjoyed it. I really like Take a Ride. Maybe Mood Swing. And maybe Don't Look Back. That's an initial just off the cuff, off the top of my head kind of thing. Take a Ride, Mood Swing, Don't Look Back. But I have to give it another listen. And it will be a great, pleasurable listen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you enjoyed the album reaction. Larry, thank you so much for the support, the suggestion, the recommendation. This was a really fantastic album to listen to, and I enjoyed it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as well. Let me know your thoughts down there. The Buy Me a Coffee, which you saw pop up, is there. If you'd like to sponsor a song request, of course, you can support what I do on Patreon as well. And press that like button before you head on out. I appreciate you being here. Come on back tomorrow, and I hope to see you all then. Bye, guys.